Ms. Kiara Baker.
All right, Ms. Baker, your case is 24 CR 003297C. You're charged with disorderly conduct and public drunk. You understand your rights? Is that a yes? All right, wonderful. All right, can I have the history, Ms. Roberts?
Yes, 4 cycles. Last arrest was May of 2017 for a DUI. That was a conviction in 2018, and then a 2016 disorderly conduct conviction. Level 2 is pretrial's recommendation. Nothing further.
All right, Ms. Siciano.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. This incident took place yesterday, May 27th, 2024. An officer received a call from the assistant manager of the Lowry apartment complex located at 900 Joseph E. Bowery Boulevard in Atlanta regarding a disturbance at the pool. Upon arriving, APD already had the defendant in custody. She was visibly unsteady on her feet and slurring her speech. The officer viewed a video of the incident. It showed the defendant was arguing with another patron of the pool. The defendant was yelling profanity loudly and approaching the victim aggressively. The police spoke with numerous witnesses who were at the pool and confirmed the defendant was the primary aggressor. The state is recommending a signature bond through pretrial, a stay away from the pool at the Lowry Apartments, no further contact with the woman she was arguing with. Her name's Bianna McKinnon. Anger awareness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond. And if we could sound for Ms. McKinnon.
All right, is Ms. McKinnon present? All right, Mr. Todd, do you object to the signature bond through pretrial?
I would ask for a signature bond through the jail, Your Honor, due to the nature of the allegations, and I would object to the stay away from the pool. This is where she has lived. She's lived there for some time, and she does use the pool.
All right. Anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nothing. Well, I guess she's 30 years old. She's lived in Georgia for 20 years. She's graduated from high school, earned a bachelor's degree in sociology from Fort Valley State University. She is working as a personal trainer at Finau Fitness. She does deny the allegations as stated in the warrant. She doesn't know anything. She wasn't even aware there's a complaining witness in this case.
Understood.
And Your Honor, she does have a prior disorderly from 2016. So the state would prefer to go through pretrial.
I'm aware. All right, defendant will receive a $4,000 signature bond at level 2 through pretrial, $2,000 on each count. She is to stay away from that pool and have no contact with Ms. McKinnon. She's also going to take the 1-day anger awareness course, have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons as a condition of that signature bond at level 2. Is there anything additional?
Nothing from the state.
All right. Best of luck to you, ma'am. That concludes your case. Who do we have next?
We can go to position number 7, Mr. Joseph Smith.
Okay, this is Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, your case is, are you coming, Mr. Smith? Coming there, okay. 24 CR 003293H. You're charged with shoplifting and obstruction. You understand your rights, Mr. Smith? All right, I'm assuming that's a yes. Ms. Roberts?
8 cycles. Last arrest was March of this year for theft by shoplifting. That appears to be an open case. 22 CP 210179. Appears to have an open theft by taking case. 17 SC 153830. 1 FTA from 2022. And then a theft by shoplifting conviction from April of this year. Level 2 is pretrial's recommendation.
All right, thank you, Ms. Roberts. Ms. Siciano?
Your Honor, this incident took place May 27th, 2024. An officer was working an extra job at the Publix located at 3535 Peachtree Road in Atlanta. When he observed the defendant enter the Publix with a backpack, he observed the defendant take a few items from the food station and place it in his cart, and then grab numerous items and place them in his backpack. The store manager and the officer continued to surveil the defendant while he walked around the store for approximately 2 hours. And then he passed the point of sale and was approaching the door when the officer told him to stop, and the defendant took off running. A good Samaritan actually is who caught the defendant and held him down while the officer was able to catch up. The defendant continued to disregard the officer's commands to put his hands behind his back. The defendant's backpack had 50 items with merchandise totaling $300. Your Honor, heard pretrial. He does have several open cases. He does have an open felony shoplifting. He also has an open shoplifting in municipal court in Atlanta. That's an FTA status. He has another arrest for FTA and 2 prior thefts. So the state is asking for a $2,000 surety bond on the shoplifting, a $500 surety bond on the willful obstruction, a stay away from all public stores in Fulton County, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol allowed on bond.
All right, Mrs. Ty?
Yes, Your Honor, my client is 43 years old. He has lived in Georgia for 13 years. He does work in construction. And he does have an address, Your Honor, but I believe that, he's had to move around a lot and to find stable housing, which has been a challenge for him in the past, which would explain the FTAs, but he does have a good address now. I don't believe he's a flight risk. I don't object to the stay away from all publics, but I would ask in this case for a signature bond, and it can be through pretrial level 2 as he is recommended for that. He does deny the allegations as stated in the warrant. I don't know, 50 items in a backpack. It doesn't make sense to me. In addition, Your Honor, he was tackled and did sustain injuries from that, was arrested at gunpoint so I would ask for the signature bond, Your Honor.
I question the characterization of Good Samaritan myself. All right, defendant is going to receive a $3,000 signature bond at level 2 through pretrial. It's going to be $2,000 on the shoplifting and $1,000 on the obstruction. He's to stay away from all public locations in Fulton County. Have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons as a condition of that signature bond through pretrial. Is there anything additional?
Nothing from the state.
All right. Best of luck to you, Mr. Smith. Who do we have next?
Position number 5,
Can
Mr.
we, if it's possible, we can do ACDC, position number 4, Jennifer Dennis, please. And thank
Okay. All right. We can go to ACDC. Ms. Dennis, your case is 24CR003290D. You're charged with battery and simple batteries. You have an absolute right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You also have the right to an attorney. And as you can see, I'm conducting this hearing over the internet. Do you understand your rights and how I'm conducting the hearing today?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right. Can I have the history, Ms. Roberts?
First arrest, UJR Jones, pretrial recommendation.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Desiano.
Your Honor, this incident took place May 27th, 2024. Officers were working an extra job at the Rock Steady restaurant located at 907 Marietta Street Northwest when the management notified them of an altercation happening on the second floor. The officer reviewed the security footage, which shows the victim, whose name is L'Oreal Patman, dancing when the defendant approached her from behind and grabbed her and pulled her hair. And the video then shows the defendant punching Ms. Patman in the face. Ms. Patman was bleeding from being punched in the face and had a laceration on her bottom lip. Notably, the defendant did tell the officer that the victim attacked her first. However, that was not credible based on the video footage that the officer saw. Our office has been in touch with the victim. She stated that she and the defendant were friends. They were part of a hiking group of some kind. They went to this restaurant together with a few friends. As she was walking to the bathroom, she was attacked out of nowhere. She did have injuries. She stated that prior to this incident, I guess her friends told her that the defendant said that she was going to break her face. She does not want any contact whatsoever. She wants the defendant to stay away from her residence, which is different from the incident location. It's 1125 Hammond Drive. This is her first arrest, Your Honor. State's requesting a signature bond through pretrial and no further contact with the victim, a stay away from the Rock Steady, a stay away from the victim's address, 1125 Hammond Drive, anger awareness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond. And I believe the victim's on the line. If we could sound for L'Oreal Patman.
Yes, I'm here.
Wait a second. All right. Ms. Patman, if you wish to make a statement, please raise your right hand and then listen for some instructions, okay? Do you swear and affirm testimony you give today be the truth to the best of your knowledge and under the penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. I am not interested today in whether you disagree with the facts as stated by Ms. Desiano. There will be other hearings. I'm not sentencing this young lady today. What I'm most concerned with are any concerns you have for your safety and whether you wish to have contact with her. Again, there will be another hearing and another opportunity for you to tell someone about what specifically took place. All right. So in light of those instructions, what would you like to tell me?
Well, I'm not sure if this is the appropriate place, but I was interested in a restraining order. I guess that has to be done elsewhere because
Yes.
Okay.
So today, all we care about is if you want to have contact with her and if you're afraid for your safety. That's what I'm most concerned with.
Okay, no, I do not want to have contact with her, and yes, I'm afraid for my safety.
Okay, anything else you'd like to tell me?
Um, not at this moment.
All right, thank you. I do appreciate you coming to court and making that statement, all right? Mr. Cook, this is your client.
Yes, Your Honor. My client
Um,
is, I'm sorry.
Before you go through that, I'm inclined to in light of her history, give her that signature bond through pretrial, but require the 1 day anger awareness, no contact, and a stay away. Any objection to that, Mr.
Well,
Cook?
we would, given her lack of a record, we would be asking for a signature bond through the jail and,
I'm not gonna do the signature bond through the jail, but feel free to tell me about your client in light of
okay,
that.
my client is 41 years old. She's a 17-year veteran of the U.S. Army, retired from the Army. She has a master's degree from Georgia Tech. She has no records. She disagrees with the allegations as stated in the warrant. And again, we would be seeking a signature bond through the jail. We have no problem or objection to no further contact or stay away from the restaurant or the residence of the alleged victim. We would object to the anger awareness course.
All right, defendant is gonna receive a $4,000 signature bond through a pretrial, broken down 2,500 count one, 1,500 count two. She's had no contact whatsoever with Miss Patman, whether through internet, social media, phone, text. If she sees her, she should turn around, go the other way, no contact whatsoever. She should stay away from the victim's home as well as the incident location. Take that 1 day anger awareness, have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons as a condition of that signature bond through pretrial at level 1. Is there anything additional?
Not that from the state.
All right, best of luck to you, ma'am. That concludes your case.
Your Honor, may I say just something briefly to my
Yes.
client? Because just want to let her know the 4K it would only come into play if you violated conditions of the bond. You will be getting out on your signature to be processing you out today.
All right. Best of luck. Anyone who receives a signature bond can listen to Mr. Cook's instructions. Same announcement. All right. Best of luck to you, Ms. Dennis. What do we have next?
Position number 3, Mr. Blake Darrell.
All right, Mr. Blake, your case is 24 CR 003296A. You are charged with theft by taking. Do you understand your right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm so used to Mr. Howard. Ms. Roberts, can I please have the history?
Yes, 19 cycles, 13 out of Georgia, 6 out of Tennessee. Last arrest was October of 2022 for theft by taking. That case was dismissed. Has a 2022 willful obstruction conviction, a 2022 theft by taking conviction, a 2018 battery, theft by taking, and 2 counts of aggravated assault. And then 2 2012 convictions out of Tennessee. One was for unlawful possession of a weapon, and the second was for theft of property and aggravated burglary. FTAs 22 and 2012. And level 2 is pretrial's recommendation.
All right, Ms. Sessiano, please proceed.
Your Honor, this incident took place May 23rd, 2024. Officers responded to the Chicken Salad Chick located at 70 North Point Drive, Suite B190 in Alpharetta, in reference to a theft. Upon arrival, officers made contact with the manager, Tracy Smith. Ms. Smith advised that she put the bank deposit bag with $528 cash in it on her desk, and it went missing a few minutes later. The security camera footage at the location confirmed that one of the employees of the Chicken Salad Chick stole the bag off her desk and then left out of the back exit. The manager immediately recognized the defendant as the person, as he did work there. He does have significant theft history. Your Honor, the state's recommending a $3,000 surety bond on the theft. Is stay away from all Chicken Salad Chicks in Fulton County. No further contact with the manager, Tracy Smith. No weapons, drugs, or alcohol out on bond.
All right, Ms. Kim.
Yes, my client, Mr. Blake, is 31 years old, and he apparently was fired, and he does not have any employment as of now. So he's qualified for public defender services, Your Honor. He graduated from high school, and we would like to request for signature on bond through pretrial level 2, as he is recommended. So that's about it, Your Honor.
Oh, defendant's gonna receive $1,000 surety bond. He's to stay away from the chicken salad chick location. He's to have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons. And as a reminder, he will be reset state all purpose on July the June the 11th. Is there anything additional?
Nothing from the state.
All right, best of luck to you, Mr. Blake. Who do we have next?
Position number 8, Mr. Walker Zachary Walker.
Okay, Mr. Walker, your case is 24 CR 003294J. You are charged with battery. Do you understand your rights?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Roberts.
He has 5 cycles. Last arrest was from 2015 for battery. Only 1 FTA from 2011. I didn't see any convictions. UJR jail is pre-charge recommendation.
All right, thank you, Ms. Desiano.
Your Honor, this incident took place May 26, 2024. Officers responded to 815 Magnolia Street Northwest, apartment 1401 in Atlanta in reference to a battery. Upon arrival, the officers made contact with the victim, Mr. Lindell Strickland, who advised that he was playing cards with his cousin when he got into an argument with the defendant, who I believe is also his cousin. Mr. Strickland advised that the defendant hit him in the face with a wooden stick, causing a laceration to the left cheekbone. The defendant hit him so hard that the stick broke, and the officer observed that the laceration was profusely bleeding. The defendant did admit to hitting the victim to the officer. Our office actually was just in contact with the victim in this case right before court, Your Honor. He said that him and the defendant are cousins. They don't live together. The incident location is his sister's residence where the defendant lives. He confirmed the events in the warrant. He stated that he did have to seek medical treatment and actually had to get stitches as a result of the injury. He said nothing like this has ever happened before. Our office is obviously considering this case for transfer. The victim did say that he's not looking to press charges. However, Your Honor, despite the injuries in this case, and he does have history. I understand there's no convictions at this point, but he does have 5 prior battery arrests. So the state's asking for a $5,000 surety bond in this case. No further contact with the victim, a 2-day anger awareness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond. And if we could sound for Lindell Strickland.
Okay. Very serious part, Dave, apparently. All right, is Mr. Strickland present? Wishes to make a statement? Mr. Strickland? Okay, Ms. Kim, in light of the information before me, I'm inclined to give your client a signature bond, but it would be at level 2 and require the 1-day anger awareness course and no contact. Do you have any objection to that, Ms. Kim?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, defendant will receive a $5,000 signature bond at level 2. He is to have no contact whatsoever with the alleged victim in this case. Take the 1-day anger awareness course. Stay away from that. Wait, was the state requesting to stay away? You said that the victim does not reside there, correct?
Correct. I believe it's the defendant's address. So
Okay, so we will not put the stay away. No alcohol, no drugs, no weapons as a condition. All right. Best of luck to you, Ms. Walker. Who do we have next?
We can go to position number 2, Ms. Courtney Ballweaver.
Oh, Ms. Kim needs to give her a call, correct?
Your Honor.
You already
Actually,
spoke?
yes.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ballweaver, your case is 24 CR 003295C. You're charged with battery and family violence. You understand your rights?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Roberts can have history?
This is Ball Weaver, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Only 2 cycles. Last arrest was from 2015 for DUI. No convictions. Level 1 is pre-charge recommendation.
All right. Yes, I am. All right, Ms. Desiano, please proceed.
yes, Your Honor. Sorry, this is Ball Weaver, correct?
Yes.
Okay. This incident took place May 18th, 2024. Officers responded to 501 Greenhouse Drive in Roswell in reference to a dispute. Upon arrival, the officers made contact with the victim, Aaron Ferguson, who stated that his girlfriend, whom he lives with, punched him in the face and threw a cat cage at him.
Through
The victim had a cat cage.
Oh, a cat cage. Okay.
Yes.
That's fine. Go ahead. Please continue.
The victim had a video of the incident, and he had a big red mark, and his face was swollen from where she hit him. The boyfriend also stated that the defendant drinks heavily and she gets angry when she drinks. Our office has not been in touch with the victim, Judge. The state's recommending a signature bond through pretrial and no further contact with the victim, stay away from the incident location, anger awareness, ADET, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond. And if we could sound for Aaron Ferguson.
All right, Mr. Ferguson, if you're present, please unmute your screen, raise your right hand if you would like to make a statement. You are not required to. Okay, Ms. Kim, I'm inclined to give your client the SOB through pretrial and require the no further contact and the 1-day anger awareness. Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, defendant is gonna receive a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial services at level 1. She's gonna take 1-day anger awareness, have no contact with the alleged victim, stay away from that incident location, have no alcohol, no drugs, no weapons as a condition. Best, all right, best of luck to you, Ms. Weaver. That concludes your case.
Yeah, Your Honor.
All right, who do we have next?
We have position number 5.
Is the courtroom clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, is there an announcement for position 6?
Her bond was posted.
Oh, she bonded out, okay. All right, can we turn off the live stream, please?
Okay, Judge.
Thank
Your
you.
Honor, if I also may inquire as to who is on Samsung SM S901U. I'm not sure if it was one of our victims on
Yeah,
the.
that was Nicholas Smith.
That is the
Your-
victim. in for
Okay,
position 6.
for Autumn Smith, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
Ms. Autumn Smith bonded out, so we will not be hearing that case today. All right,
Yes, ma'am.
all right. So I think you're free to go at this time.
thank you, Your Honor.